Hi, this is Programa and welcome back to my channel. Today, let us learn the lessons by the numbers. The first number is 10,000. There is a theory or principle that says that we should spend 10,000 hours in order to be an expert in our field or in a particular field. This was popularized by Malcolm Gladwell. So if you want to be the best teacher, lawyer, architect, engineer, singer, celebrity, actor, whatever, you should have spent 10,000 hours deliberately and intentionally. Kailangan talaga binubuno mo. Kailangan talaga pinag-aaralan mo. You need to spend time trying to perfect your craft. It may not be perfect at the onset of your success, but you were constantly trying. You were constantly attempting to be perfect. The most popular story about this is the Beatles. They said that they played for 4 years in a pub outside of London. And when they returned to London after 4 years, after spending some time in this unknown place, unknown bar, they became the Beatles, which was popular not only in England but around the world. And the group has become an icon already and has become a model for all bands or groups who would want to be a success. 10,000 hours also mean that there is no overnight success. So if you think that one person has become successful just by a day or two, you are mistaken. Probably they are just popular for 15 minutes. But when you say a success, it took some time. You have to look at the history of each person whom you think has become an overnight success. And behind that success, you will see hours of labor, hours of studies. They would not be there if not for the time they spent trying to be perfect on that particular field. And that is the beauty about 10,000 hours. It teaches us that success takes time. That you should also put in a lot of effort and a lot of time. That you should also be patient in waiting for your chance, in waiting for your time to be successful. That success has to be intentional. It has to be your goal. And every step that you take, no matter how long it will take you, should be in that direction. There's a beautiful religious song that says, you climb your mountain one step at a time. And that one step at a time can be the 10,000 hours. The second lesson by the numbers is 80-20. Are you familiar with that? It is the Pareto principle. It says that 80% of the results you have in your life just came from the 20% efforts you have made. Yes, you heard it right. 80% of the results that you are enjoying right now came from 20% of the actions you are taking. You learn how to prioritize. You also identify the 20% of the actions you need to take in order to get 80% of the results. This applies not only in business, but it applies to life in general. So most of us waste our time in meaningless pursuits only to realize that we can focus ourselves on 20% of that pursuits and it will yield us the 80% that we need. 80-20 Pareto principle is a lesson that you should learn in order for you not to overextend yourself, not to spread yourself too thin. If you know your priorities, if you know what is important, if you know what will yield better results, then you should only do the 20%. And the 80% will take care of itself because you are doing what you're supposed to do. Parang ganito. In my day, for example, I focus on the 20% email that is being sent to me by my boss. And if I attend to that, I know that I have accomplished most of the tasks that I need to accomplish. And that the rest of the emails follow. In every project, you should know what 20% you can do and delegate other tasks to others, because the 20% that you can do efficiently and effectively will yield the 80% results that is needed for that project. In relationships also, what is the 20%? The 20% is the time that you spend with your loved one. You may avoid wasting time by intentionally planning for the time that you have for your loved one. Or instead of like probably commenting on Facebook, you might want to call this particular friend of yours whom you know is much more important than the rest of your friends in Facebook. 80-20. The 20% that you do yields the 80% results that you need in your life. You are determined by the 20% that you intentionally do because you know those are the most important things. Third lesson by the number, 100. There is a law of 100 which I've encountered this law of 100 through a vlogger named Noah Kagan. It resonated in me because I'm on my 92nd video of YouTube, and he was saying that you should never give up unless you have done 100 things on that particular goal. For example, I should not quit YouTube if I have not done 100 videos. I'm only 92nd and I don't think I'm quitting. He also cited the fact that his inspiration for this law of 100 is a school project when a professor instructed his class to make a choice between two things. First, they can either submit one perfect picture or give him 100 pictures at the end of the semester. Who do you think had better results? Of course, those students who chose to submit 100 pictures. Why? Because in your pursuit for coming up with a perfect picture, you probably wasted time or you probably wasted a lot of pictures. Most probably, the one that you will submit might not be the perfect picture. But if you submitted the 100 pictures that you attempted trying to take and trying to perfect, then chances are out of the 100 pictures, you might have that one perfect picture. The law of 100 tells us not to give up. The law of 100 also tells us to be consistent, to be committed. Most of us quit after 5 videos. Most of us will just quit after 5 attempts. But Noah Kagan was saying we should attempt at least 100. And if you feel like quitting, then quit. But if you have not attempted to create 100 videos, if you have not attempted 100 times, then there is no reason to quit. You have to try and try and try and try. And that is a slogan that we keep on hearing. Try and try until you succeed. Try and try until you reach 100 attempts. And probably when you reach 100 attempts and you don't feel like quitting, then you try to create another law, the law of 1,000, and that's 1,000 attempts or infinity attempts. But the most important thing is that you stay committed to your course. Don't give up quickly, and don't be fickle-minded. Don't just change your mind and saying, oh, okay, I will do this. But after 5 or 10 attempts, you don't want to do it anymore. If you persist, then things will happen. If you persist, then probably you will hit your goal. Persistence is the key. That's the law of 100. The law of 100 also encourages us to experiment more. If this particular action did not succeed, then probably another thing will succeed. And that is the thing about the law of 100. So you should never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Fourth important lesson by the number, 10. 10%. I read this from every financial book. You should pay yourself 10% of your income every month. Doesn't mean that you treat yourself with that 10%. Dati yun ang akala ko. So, I wasted a lot of 10%. I thought before that the 10% that you should pay yourself is a thing. Example, you treat yourself for new clothes, travel, food, anything, etc. No? When they say pay yourself 10% of your income, it means that you save that particular 10% from your income. And a lot of books will tell you this, from The Richest Man in Babylon to the books of Susie Orman, from the many financial books that you have, from the FIRE movement, the Financial Independence Retirement Early. This is a principle that is very basic, but most of us do not do this. Every time you receive your salary, you remove the 10% and put it into savings or to investments. The generation now is more financially literate, I think, compared to my generation, because they have a lot of options financially. You can even ask your payroll to remove the 10% and put it in another pag-ibig fund. or you can make arrangements with your payroll wherein you do not see the 10% anymore because it's automatically deducted from your salary, input into an investment or savings account. And that is the beauty about 10%. You are only being asked 10%. And then when you get the hang of it, then probably you can grow that 10% into 20% and 30% and so on and so forth until you have more savings, more investments than liabilities or credit card debts. Some of us do not know this or probably knew this but did not practice it. It's never too late, not even for my age, to do this, especially because they say that what makes you financially rich is not the income you earn, but the money you keep from that income. So start keeping that 10%, and sooner or later, we will realize that it is so basic, it's so true, and it can lead to financial independence. Good luck to us! Dollar sign nga nilagay ko dito para ma-inspire tayo eh. Wala kasing peso sign na t-shirt. Gawin ko yung merch yun. Peso sign. Oo nga no, gawin ko. And the last, the fifth lesson by the number is one thing that I got from the movie One More Chance. And it was delivered by Popoy saying that there's a 3-month rule between breaking up and starting to date again. Naniniwala ba kayo doon? But I think it's wise. Why? Because you need time to heal the wounds. You need also time to spend reflecting about what happened in that relationship. You should also give space for your heart so that after 3 months, you can be ready to open yourself again in another relationship through dating. It also avoids the fact of having rebounds. No? Kawawa naman yung taong ide-date mo immediately after breaking up with someone because that person might just be a rebound or someone who is the person in transition in your life. The best transition is having those 3 months for yourself, and probably you can reconnect with your friends, with your family, or in other pursuits before you can open yourself to another relationship and start dating. 3. The 3-month rule. So far, yung pala naman ang natutunan kong mga lessons by the numbers. Okay, let's review. What are the numbers that you need to remember? First, the law of 10,000. Second, the Pareto principle of 80 and 20. Third, the law of 100. Fourth, the 10% rule. And fifth, the 3-month rule. So if you are not very fond of numbers, I think these are the numbers that you need to remember in order to live a life that is full, a life that is best. Discover something nice sa Pinas, something nice sa buhay. Like and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. God bless you.